Hi guys, today I'm going to film my review of The Witch Hunter by Virginia Boecker. I received this book through Netgalley, but as always with these reviews, this is my personal opinion and nobody told me to say the things that I'm going to say. I only finished this book a few hours ago, so I'm still in like crazy mode because I absolutely love this book. I'm going to say that right away. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So the things that I'm going to say are all very positive. For me, if I really love a book, it's hard to find the little flaws in books. So I did try to read it as critically as I could, and I'm definitely going to mention a few things and just try to see it from different points of views, but just letting you know, I absolutely love this one. It is my favorite book of the year so far. Let's just get into the review. The book is going to be released at the beginning of June. Goodreads says it is the 2nd, Netgalley says it is the 4th, and I don't know what to believe, but it's definitely the beginning of June and you should just pre-order it and wait for it to arrive on the right date. The Witch Hunter is the first book in a series, and I think so far it is planned to be a duology, though I think that the author said that there is a possibility of a 3rd book coming out. This book is a YA fantasy with paranormal elements. There's different kind of creatures. As the title says, it has to do with witches and wizards. I definitely think that people that are normally not so much into witches stories would still really enjoy this book. As always, I'm not going to say too much about the story because I like to keep that very simple. I think all you have to know about this book is that it is about a girl called Elizabeth. I think she is 16 and she is basically one of the best witch hunters in her kingdom. And as a witch hunter, she hunts all kinds of different creatures, not only witches, but also like demons and all this kinds of stuff. But one day, one of these soldiers in the kingdom finds herbs in her bag, and herbs are basically a sign of being a witch. So she's accused of being a witch and then all of a sudden finds herself at the exact opposite side of where she was before. And then one day, one of the most powerful and most searched wizards of this kingdom offers her a deal. She has to find the person that laid a deadly curse on this wizard and he will save her from being in jail and getting executed. What I definitely loved was that the book started totally action-packed. We were right in one like action sequence and it was not confusing. It was just really nice to get right into the story and just to be thrown into this adventure. And then slowly as we progress, we find out more about the backstory of our main character Elizabeth, how she became a witch hunter and what her life has been before. And I really liked that because I thought that gave the story a really nice pace to it. It was just nice to read, easy to get through, and I think the little sequences where she told us about her past was just very interesting. The story has lots of very cool, likable characters, and there's all kinds of characters. As I said, as a witch hunter, she doesn't only hunt witches, but all kinds of other creatures. There's also pirates and ghosts, and it was just a really nice and rich world, but very easy to understand. I did not feel like it needed that much world building. I definitely look forward to seeing more of the world in the 2nd book, but I definitely felt like what she gave us was all that we needed to know for this part of the story. What I thought was another very interesting aspect of this story is that it kind of felt like a dystopian. Of course, this was a fantasy world and has nothing to do with our world and the society that we live in. But for this world, it kind of was like a dystopian and a girl basically living happily in this society and just slowly finding out that not all things going on there are good things. Yeah, she just starts to question things, and I don't know, it kind of, I mean, the book didn't really feel dystopian, but it definitely had some aspects of it, and I really liked that. One of the things I always like to mention in my reviews is romance, because this book involves romance, and I am a romance lover. I always say this as well, so sometimes it's hard for me to see things from the perspective of someone who is not that into romance, but I have to say I thought the romance in this book was incredibly well done. It might be cheesy for some of you, for people who easily find things cheesy, but I loved it so much. It was one of the best romances I have read in a very, very long time, and I was so happy about it. I did not feel like it was insta-love, because even though you noticed pretty early on that there are two characters where there probably is going to be some romantic stuff happening, it felt like it progressed very, very slowly. You always saw like little glimpses of that and just always read something between the lines, but the story wasn't about the romance. For people who don't want the romance to be too present, I think this is the perfect book, because it is definitely not mainly about the romance, but it is an aspect of the story, and it is a very, very beautiful aspect of the story that I just enjoyed 150%. As I said, one of the best romances I have read in quite a while. So yeah, that is all that I have to say about this book. As I said, I absolutely loved it. It had some drama, it had the great romance, it was also very funny at parts, there were very cool action scenes, it was just a great adventure, amazing characters, and I can really recommend this book so much. I just cannot wait for people to read this, for people to share their opinion. I really hope that people on BookTube are going to read it, because I really want to talk about it with people. But yeah, if you have made it this far in the review, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're interested in reading the book, and I guess I'll see you soon. Goodbye!